Levac and Gaz on 104.5 The Team, and now we're joined by Chris Onorato from Big Board Sports, as well as the Mighty 1-3 for Section Tuesday. First things first, I mean, the high school football season is starting to boil down to some really good stuff. What are you guys keeping an eye on over at the Mighty 1-3?
Only 2 regular season games left. It's crazy, and we've got some really good matchups this week. Starting the Double A's, 2 undefeated teams, Troy and Shaker. They've had no problem getting to this point at 5-0 this year. I had somebody tell me, though, that they think Troy will not only cruise through the Double A schedule here locally, they're in really good position to go back-to-back, and that they think Troy is 2 or 3 touchdowns better than anybody else in Section 2.
Wow. Like, even Shaker, who has been, I mean, look, first of all, Shaker homecoming is Saturday.
Right.
I've already invested in a dress. Not for me, guys. Well, fortunately, the kid doesn't pay attention what goes on in the field. So Troy's that much better than Shaker on paper.
That's what some people believe.
Wow.
I think the fact that it is being played at Shaker on natural grass and not turf, Troy is so fast, that will help Shaker. Obviously, they'll have a huge crowd behind them. So I'm interested to see. I mean, is Troy really that much better? They scare you with their offensive weapons for sure. Shaker's got a good defense. You know that Greg Sheeler will try to control the clock and not allow Troy to have many opportunities offensively. So, you know, they'll kind of play that ground game, ball control kind of game and see if you can frustrate Troy a little bit.
It's not just the big schools, it's the smaller schools as well. The Fighting Brian Marianos in Mechanicville have a big one on the way.
Yeah, Mechanicville undefeated. We thought we were going to have 2 5-0 teams, Mechanicville and Stillwater, meeting this week for the Indian Bowl. Stillwater loses Saturday to Holy Trinity. Don't sleep on Holy Trinity. They are 4-1 in Class C. So Class C is shaping up to be a really interesting classification in Section 2. But that, of course, is a huge game. They played 2 absolute classics last year between the 2 schools. And then the one I really have my eye on is Schuylerville Glens Falls. Glens Falls defending state champs in Class B. Schuylerville's unbeaten to this point. We're going to feature one of their players tonight on News Channel 13 as our Fidelis Care Athlete of the Week. Can Schuylerville somehow pull off the upset and take the inside track, of course, to the 1 seed in the postseason? Whatever happens in that matchup, we will see these 2 teams again for the Class B Super Bowl. So, you know, who can kind of gain the mental edge more than anything else going into what I believe will be a rematch in the Super Bowl.
Section Tuesday right now with Levac and Gaz, Chris Onorato with us. So, that being said, where would the Giants rank right now with these local teams?
I mean, 0-4. 0-4.
I took them +3. I didn't think I'd need the number.
Yeah.
The 0-4. Like that's on. Is Ben McAdoo on the hot seat already? Is that a thing?
See, I think he should be, and a lot of people are saying, no, you give him at least 3 years because he made the playoffs last year. Yeah, but there were a lot of close games last year that they just happened to win. Close games again this year, they aren't winning. And I get it, fire Jerry Reese and keep McAdoo, that's fine. But how many times, guys, have we seen a general manager come in and that head coach keep his job for beyond another year? No, that GM is going to want to bring in his own guy. So even if McAdoo coaches in 2018 with a new GM, I just don't see him. I mean, unless they're 12-4 and they make a postseason run, I just don't see this going well for McAdoo if Reese is on his way out.
Can we flip Spags and McAdoo? Can you imagine if we lived in a world where people's egos would allow that to happen? Like, Spags has head coaching experience.
Right.
The defense is the strength of the team. You know, I'm not good head coaching experience, but head coaching experience nonetheless. Like, can you just tag in? Okay, your turn. Run the team.
Man, I did not see that going this way. I thought they were a 10-6 team, despite the very difficult schedule. They could be 1-6 at the bye, and that's giving them the win against the Chargers, which is not just some layup.
No, it's a good team too.
So you look at 1-6. We even talked yesterday. It could be as bad as 2-9 at one point. Is there any way that this team is more likely to get back to 500 than below 500?
No. I mean, I think at this point, if you look at the rest of their schedule, guys, I mean, if they get 5 wins this year, I think that ends up bebeing good.
Wow.
I mean, you're talking about the Chargers. Are they going to Washington and winning? No. I mean, are they going to be able to beat Philly at home? I don't know. Are they going to be able to beat Dallas? Maybe they won't have Ezekiel Elliott. Are they able to beat the Cowboys at home? I think they're a 5-11 team the way it's going here. And then if you're the Giants, you have to start thinking to yourself, if we have a top 5 pick, are we taking a quarterback? Or are we trying to get multiple, are we asking for a 2019 first rounder and second rounder? Are we asking for multiple second round picks in 2018? It's honestly, it's almost to the point where you start thinking about, okay, how are we going to approach the draft next year? Maybe, here's what they should do. What they should do is try to sign an early contract with the current quarterback at Ithaca, Wahid Nabi, who played at Shaker. He has shown the ability to beat down the Hobart Statesman.
Goodness.
So why not roll the dice on somebody like that?
I mean, guys, are you okay? I mean, the Hobart Statesman,
Bombers took care of business, man.
Just got obliterated. You got bombed. You got obliterated.
See, here's what I did. Chris and I were hosting together on Friday on Big Board Sports, and we probably should have been talking more trash about it. But in the back of my mind, I've watched that program Hobart for so long, I thought, ooh, this is not a good matchup. I don't think the Hobart Statesmen are coming out with this. And then I see the final score and the recap of the game, like, I'm going to hear this on Tuesday.
And rightfully so. I mean, the way you talk about that Hobart team, I mean, the Fighting Alley Marpettes just got slapped around.
What's happened to Hobart? They've turned into like Gonzaga, where the Liberty League has no shot to RPI or Union, but they have these great national rankings. And then when the big boys show up, they take a nice punch to the face.
Well, look, I mean, the Ithaca win over Hobart means a lot today. It means nothing in the end if they can't beat Cortland. I mean, honestly, how many is it 7 or 8 in a row now? I don't remember. It could be as many as 9. I don't want to talk about it, think about it.
Chris, don't let him off the hook.
You have to beat the Red Dragons. That's all I care about, really.
Don't let the Statesman off the hook. Do you know because of him how mmany tweets we get, like hip hip Hobart and nonsense on the show?
Well, all those people just hear my voice now. Ithaca beat you. Okay?
Let's talk about tonight's baseball game. I
can't wait.
I have no fear.
Can't wait.
No fear. What do you think happens?
I think the Yankees win. I think Severino will be lights out. This kid, to me, has the makeup of somebody who will be dominant in big games, not afraid of the big moments, the bright lights, the big crowds in New York. I think he's gonna be locked in, man. And Minnesota, they don't have Miguel Sano. It's a big bat out of that lineup tonight. So yeah, I know all of these Yankees. It's a layup. We've never lost to the Twins in the postseason. 4-0 all time in series, 12-2 in games overall. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy. I think they win because Severino will be so good on the mound. And personally, I love the 1-game format.
I do too.
I absolutely love it. I don't want to hear that it should be 3-game series because you are going to be glued to every single pitch tonight. You aren't going to the bathroom unless it's in between innings. You aren't going to the fridge unless there's a meeting at the mound. I mean, you are going to be locked in for every single pitch.
If you're the Yankees, now this just shows you how far ahead of this game I am.
Here we go.
Unfortunately, I have no influence on this game, thank God, because it would be a problem. Do you hope for such a big lead that you can pull Severino after 4 and possibly throw him in game 2?
No, because he can't. Oh, no, because he can't throw Friday.
That's a lot of confidence you have there. Did you think you're going to blow him out by so much? It's like pulling your starters at halftime.
That's a Thursday, Friday, isn't it, in Cleveland?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, no, he can't throw Friday.
Can't?
No.
Well, because that's I heard your little cohort, Roger Weiland there. Last time he was at 3 innings, was on short rest and everything else. He was out of his routine.
Yep.
But I'm just saying, maybe if today turned into a bullpen session.
I think the only guy unavailable tonight for me, if I'm Joe Girardi, is Sonny Gray, because I want him to pitch game 1 Thursday in Cleveland. So, if Severino is bad, I'll go to Sabathia. I'll go to Tanaka. I'm good with that, but I think you leave Sonny Gray alone, hoping that you obviously are playing Thursday, game 1, and Sonny Gray would be my game 1 guy.
Am I out of my mind?
Yes.
That I want. Well, okay. All right, but for this reason in particular. That I want CC Sabathia pitching game 1 in Cleveland?
No, you aren't. And I don't blame you for thinking that way. And listen, maybe Girardi is thinking along those same lines. You're not wrong. The way he has pitched this year and going back to Cleveland, he might be really fired up for that game and might pitch you really well.
And I'm hearing now he's pitched himself into money again. I'm hearing the Mets might be interested in him. There could actually be a New York bidding war on CC.
If you're CC, you stay with the Yankees no matter what they offer and no matter how much more the Mets are willing to give you. Right?
What about if California calls? Because he's a California guy. You get a chance to go pitch
Who in California, what team interests you if you're CC Sabathia? Maybe the Dodgers because he could also hit.
Dodgers, yeah.
But
yeah,
are you going to the Angels or the A's?
I mean, I know he
Going
grew
to the
up. I think he
Padres?
grew up an A's fan
Yeah.
because you see him in a Raiders hat all the time. That's
Yep.
one of the reasons I love.
He's not going to Oakland
No.
unless he's taking the money.
Yeah, which they don't have it. So, but more importantly, I hope he pitches game 1 against the Indians because I'm fired up and ready for that game. Excited about tonight's, and if you got some free time, I'll tell you where the secret viewing party is.
Perfect.
You want to come out?
Yeah.
Chris Onorato from Big Board Sports at 10 to noon every weekday right here on 104.5 The Team. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, boys.